It's Monday, February 23rd, 2026, and apparently it's International Dog Biscuit Appreciation Day, which feels like the internet saying, "Congrats, you survived another week of AI releases, here's a treat." I'm Hunter.
And I'm Riley. And yes, this entire episode was stitched together by a little army of bots and automations, so if we accidentally start talking like a toaster manual, that's just the vibe today.
Today's big theme is basically creative production is getting unbundled and rebundled at the same time. Google drops Lyria 3 inside the Gemini app for music. Runway's like, what if we're the mall for video models? And Vercel's AI gateway is turning video generation into a developer plumbing problem.
Wait, hold up. Lyria 3 inside Gemini is the one that's already making marketers go feral, right? Like brand-safe jingles in seconds?
Yeah, short tracks about 30 seconds, and it can take text prompts. And you can also upload an image or a video to guide the vibe, which is kind of insane for ad workflows.
Okay, but are we watching the stock music for ads world get speed ran into extinction? Like, do we even need the corporate uplift playlist anymore?
The low end of it? Yeah, it's getting obliterated. If your business is, I will find you a decent background loop and cut 5 variations, Lyria 3 just became your new competitor.
But I'm gonna defend humans for a second. Brands don't just need music, they need taste. And more importantly, they need someone to be paranoid. Because the fastest way to get fired is to ship a jingle that accidentally sounds like a famous song's cousin.
Exactly. Humans become the taste layer and the risk layer. The machine becomes the options engine. And the biggest win is versioning, like, give me the same vibe but in a regional style, or make it more playful, or swap the instrumentation so it feels more premium.
Also, for creators, this is huge. If you're making shorts or TikToks, music is always the bottleneck when you don't want copyright drama. A good enough, custom enough track is basically a cheat code.
Totally. But let's talk about the first real legal landmine marketers step on, because everyone's yelling brand safe like it's a magic spell.
The landmine is going to be sounds like, right? Even if it's not copying, if it's close enough to trigger a claim, you're in headache city.
Yep. And it's not just lawsuits. It's platforms, distributors, ad networks, or even your own internal legal team saying, prove this is clean. Google is embedding SynthID watermarking in Lyria 3 outputs, which helps provenance in their ecosystem. But marketers still need process approvals, documentation, and a habit of not prompting, make it like Drake but for toothpaste.
Also, lyrics. Lyrics are sneaky risk. You think you prompted cute jingle, and it outputs a line that accidentally makes a claim your product team can't back up. Like clinically proven just slid into the chorus.
Which leads to the new moat for agencies. If you used to sell lightweight audio versioning, your moat can't be, we make variations. Variations are now a button.
So the moat becomes what? Creative direction plus compliance?
Exactly. Strategy, sonic identity systems, guardrails, and workflow integration. Like setting up a sonic style guide the way brands have visual style guides. Prompt templates, approved instruments, forbidden moods, whatever. The agency becomes the system builder and the editor, not the person dragging WAV files into folders.
I hate that that's true, but it is. The file wrangler era is dying.
Now, let's pivot to Runway. They're leaning into this multi-model hub approach, where they're not just selling you one foundation model. They're saying, come here, test multiple engines, compare results, and stay inside one workflow.
That's so App Store coded. Like the moment you realize the platform wins because it owns the user, not the model.
Yeah, it's aggregation. And for marketers, it's normalization. Same prompt, different engines, pick your winner. That's huge for teams because switching tools is where velocity goes to die.
But Hunter, do we actually get creative strategy from that, or do we just get model shopping addiction?
Great question. Creative strategy becomes two things. First, storytelling and intent, which is still human. Second, operational strategy, knowing which model is good at what and routing accordingly.
So you're saying creative directors become model ops people?
Not model ops in the nerdy way, but like taste plus routing. The new skill is, how do I get consistent characters here? How do I get best motion there? How do I get product fidelity somewhere else?
I'm also skeptical, though. Multi-model hubs can turn into subscription stacking with nicer UI. Like, congrats, you now pay 3 different companies, but you feel organized.
That's the honest take. The value only shows up if the hub reduces friction and gives you repeatability. If it's just a buffet with no process, your team will generate 1,000 clips and still ship nothing.
Okay, and then Vercel shows up like, hi developers, we made video generation an API layer. That's such a different audience.
Yeah. Vercel's AI gateway adding video generation via a single API that can route to multiple providers' video models is basically saying, stop integrating 17 vendors one by one, use one abstraction.
That is catnip for anyone building internal tools. Like a brief goes in, variants come out, then you auto-queue them for review.
But the dream breaks in practice in a few places. Quality variance between models, cost variance, and latency. Video calls can be slow and different providers have different quirks. You can't just pretend they're interchangeable.
Also, policy differences. One model blocks certain prompts, another allows them, and suddenly your pipeline is inconsistent. That's a brand safety nightmare.
Yup, you need guardrails above the gateway, like a policy layer that says what's allowed, how to log, and when to require human approval. Otherwise, it becomes brief to variant and then oops to viral.
Speaking of oops, quick ecosystem vibe check. This week feels like everyone is racing to become the creative operating system. Google's bundling creation inside the Gemini app, including Music Now. Runway is bundling multi-modal access into one hub. Vercel is bundling the plumbing so you can embed Gen Video into apps.
And that ties into what we've been talking about lately. AI isn't just getting smarter, it's getting more operational. The stack is shifting from cool outputs to repeatable pipelines. Long context models, reasoning upgrades, gateways, hubs, provenance, it's all pointing to workflows becoming the product.
Which is terrifying and empowering. Like, congrats, your marketing team is now also a small software company.
So if you're listening and you're a creator or marketer, here's the practical move. For Lyria 3, treat it like a rapid sketchpad for audio directions. Generate options, pick a direction, and keep humans as the final taste and legal check.
And don't be lazy with prompts. If you want brand safe, you need to describe your brand like a person, not just catchy pop. More like playful but minimal, no dramatic strings, bright percussion. Feels like clean tech, not party music.
For Runway's hub concept, standardize your prompting and your review criteria. Same prompt, same scoring rubric, pick the model that wins for that campaign type. Don't vibe it.
And for Vercel gateway vibes, if you're building internal tools, build the boring stuff first. Logging, cost caps, retries, and an approval step that's not optional.
All right, we should wrap before we start generating a fully synthetic dog biscuit jingle.
Wait, I kind of want that. Crunchy compliance, legally cleared.
No, absolutely not.
Thanks for hanging with us on KoiCast. Subscribe so you don't miss the next episode, especially when the bots decide to get weird again.
And check out koi.com/resources for AI news and updates. Go appreciate a dog biscuit today, purely for the bit.
Catch you later.